Aikido is known today as a graceful, fluid, and deeply philosophical Japanese martial art, but its origins stretch back through centuries of conflict, spiritual exploration, and personal transformation. To understand how Aikido emerged, we begin with the early martial traditions of Japan, where the samurai developed systems of combat known as Bujei or Bujutsu. These arts, designed for survival on the battlefield, eventually evolved into various forms of jujitsu. Schools like Daita-ryu, Yoshin-ryu, and Tenjin Shinya-ryu refined techniques involving joint locks, throws, pressure points, and the skilled manipulation of an opponent's balance. The concepts of redirection, control, and subtle use of leverage that these arts developed would one day become central to Aikido. The story of Aikido truly begins with its founder, Morihei Ueshiba. Born in 1883 in Tanabe, Japan. As a young man, he was physically small and often sick, yet intensely determined. This drive led him to immerse himself completely in the study of martial arts. Over the years, he trained in judo at the early Kodokan, practiced various forms of kenjutsu, and most importantly, became a dedicated student of Takeda Sakaku, the headmaster of Daita-ryu Aiki Jiu-Jitsu. Under Takeda, Ueshiba learned the core technical foundation of joint locks, pins, and powerful throws that would later shape Aikido's mechanics. But Ueshiba's journey was not purely physical. Alongside martial training, he explored spirituality with equal intensity. His involvement with the Shinto-influenced religion Omo-tokyo, led by the charismatic priest Onosaburo Deguchi, transformed his understanding of what martial arts could be. He began to believe that the highest purpose of martial skill was not to defeat or dominate others, but to achieve harmony within oneself, with the opponent, and with the universe. Violence, in his view, should not be met with more violence. Instead, a martial artist should strive to neutralize aggression, while protecting both themselves and the attacker. This shift in thinking created the philosophical foundation of what would become Aikido. In the late 1920s and 1930s, Ueshiba's own martial art began changing noticeably. While still rooted in Daita-ryu, his techniques grew softer, more circular, and more fluid. Harsh joint breaks turned into controlled holds. Direct clashes became elegant blending motions. Students observed that his movements no longer resembled the strict jiu-jitsu he had learned, and the art was called by several names, including Ueshiba-ryu and Aikibudo. By the early 1940s, Ueshiba had refined his system enough that it needed a name reflecting its purpose. In 1942, the name Aikido